Refer to yourself from the third person, Watson. Okay. I met her at a trivia hosting audition, and I was very hungover, but today, I'm not hungover, and I'm sure she will be fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together warmly, go up to about a 7, bit of clapping.
Lucy might not be hungover, but I am. That's what you get for doing karaoke after MIB on a Thursday night. Yeah, so my name's Morgan, which is clearly quite shit. I'm well aware of that. It's also quite a shit reason why I have that name. My dad had a crush on a girl at my mum's school called Morgan. That's nice, isn't it? He didn't tell my mum until I was 3. And my parents, being Scottish, my mother had already bought a whole bunch of name tags with Morgan Smith on them. Didn't want to waste them. But yeah, no, it is a bit of a shit name, especially when I was a kid, going through puberty. Not because it's hard to spell or hard to pronounce, though it is, but because of what it means. It means big mountain peak. Yeah. They gave me 2 name tags. Yeah, it's a good thing I grew into it, though, I feel. Yeah, so names are pretty weird things. I mean, sometimes they can define a person, but there's also like a lot of people whose names define the opposite of what they are. Like, one example would be Paris Hilton. You know, less of a classy hotel in one of the world's most beautiful cities, more of a caravan with a broken toilet in Maui. But yeah, I used to be a teacher as well. Yeah, people let me near their kids. But yeah, and I know you meet a lot of kids who really have quite terrible names. Their parents clearly hated them, or were still high on pethidine. But yeah, like one in particular, Gino Taylor, total dick. But another one, another little girl I taught called Jessica Hunt. Had to be very careful saying her name, especially when she was being a right little namesake. But I think my favourite one was a little boy named Benjamin Jack. BJ. Great. His last name's Goodhead. Who does that to their kid? I mean, seriously. But I mean, these are kids who clearly didn't need nicknames. They had them ready-made. I mean, granted, Morgan's quite shit, so I already had some, but it also fits into quite a few good nicknames. Like, in the 90s, I was Mighty Morgan Power Ranger. Because I'm allergic to lycra. Also, oh yeah, my friend's dad, every time I used to walk into their house, he'd sing, Morven, 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 keep those Morvens rolling, rawhide. Which, any way you think of rawhide and what it could possibly mean is fucking creepy from your mate's dad when you're 14. But I think my best one was my year 10 boyfriend's older brother, who called me Malvern Star, which is a lovely play on words until one remembers it's a bike. Yeah, so I mean, names are a bit shit. And when I was at school, I got bullied a bit, largely because I was fat and I was smarter than everyone else. But yeah, never mind. I won in the end. Or maybe not. Anyway, yes, but I decided being a teacher was like the last thing I ever wanted to be, which might explain why I have a tendency to fuck up. Like for instance, I was marking a test that Year 7s had taken. They're all sitting there doing, I don't know, whatever it is kids do these days, binge drinking, destroying each other's self-esteem, or sexting. Actually, have you seen that thing about sexting like a couple of weeks ago? Did you see it in the newspaper? Apparently what they're doing is they're like creating portfolios of like sexually explicit photos of their bullies so they can blackmail them. That's brilliant! When I was a kid, I wish they'd had that, because all I did was wait till Karen had turned around and put bird shit in her sandwich. It's so much better. But what was I talking about? Oh, I was in the classroom, that's right. Kids are doing the test, and then it goes like completely silent. And I can hear a voice singing, and then I realise it's me. And I'm singing, shut your fucking face, ugly fucker. Oh, awkward. And then I thought a really great end of year activity would be, for the same Year 7 class, would be to teach them how to tie a jelly snake in a knot with their tongue. which was great until they showed the vice principal. And one of the mums found out as well. Clearly didn't see the well-rounded education program I was trying to provide. But yeah, and she got my home phone number somehow, and she started like ringing me at home and like yelling at me down the phone. And that was about the time I decided teaching probably not for me, because that's the last thing I need is a shouty stalker telling me I'm shit. My mum would feel like she was out of a job. But yeah, so, but I mean, I turned 30 a few years ago. Who would have thought?
Really?
Yeah. I turned 30 a few years ago. It still hurts a little, but you know, we get over it. But I found and encountered a lot of assumptions, namely that I'm desperate to get married. I'm not. I've been there, done that, lost the house and the cat in the process. Bit more sad about the cat. The house was in Ringwood. What else can I tell you about that? Oh, you know, I don't have the greatest luck with men, obviously, being divorced at 33. My mum's so proud. But I was seeing this one guy in the UK. I say seeing. The light was off most of the time. And one night, as he's unhooking his boxes from the light fitting, again, mother's so proud. Yeah, I say to him, thinking I'm really witty, obviously it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm quite pissed. I say to him, you know, back in Australia, we'd have a name for you. We'd call you Wombat, because like a wombat eats roots and leaves. He just looks at me and thinks for a moment and goes, but you never cook. But I think I'll just leave you with this one last thought. After we're digesting that one. Yeah, no, this last thought. Like, I mean, a lot of people say that women in their early 30s are really desperate and sad. But maybe, just maybe, some of us are just really into cats.